Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Marvinizer Mastery Group. And I know what you're thinking. Boy, Marvin, I can't see the forest with the trees. Well, I'm actually on site at a company this morning in my home office. So hopefully I'm not throwing you off here this morning. And I also want to let you know that next Monday, I'll be out of town speaking, a featured speaker at a company in Annapolis. But you will get the tip, but it will not be live. It will be recorded. You can still access it like you normally would. All right, hey, let's get right to it because I'll tell you, this 6 or 7 minutes goes real fast. Let's start off with the word of the day. And the word of the day, Cal, is follow-up. I know what some of you might be thinking. You said, oh, Marvin, don't use the F word. Well, you can use the word follow-up as long as you're not using it with the customer. I want to make sure that you're following up if you were not able, to get that commitment the first time in. Or if you did get the commitment the first time in, follow up with the customer at least within a 72-hour period. Because even if you did make the sale, you should follow up with what should be customary in your industry. Should it be follow up in a week, follow up in 2 weeks? And the reason why I'm saying that is I had a gentleman that I ended up not going with because he couldn't meet my time frame because we wanted to get the house power washed. But do you know that he followed up with me a week later just to see if I was able to get somebody to come in and do it within the time frame that I was trying to get. So I thought that was really great that he followed up with me. And of course, unfortunately, I did find someone, but it stuck in my mind that he took time to follow up with me, even though he didn't get the sale the first time in. Keyword this week, follow up, follow up, follow up. Follow up if you don't make the sale, as well as following up when you do. It can pay you big dividends. All right, let's get to the Ask Marvin Anything. What do you got for me, Cal? I sometimes get a little nervous because some of these Ask Marvin Anything is getting to be a little sharp. You got some good questions coming in. What do you got?
So this week we got a question that says, how do I handle sales burnout and maintain enthusiasm?
Oh, the old sales burnout. I make the statement sometimes. The good news is you've been doing this a long time. The bad news is you've been doing this a long time. Because we all know the longer you do something, if you don't have the ability, and this is probably the first one, I got three things that just come to mind right away. First of all, if you're doing something over and over and over again, you have to have the ability, number one, to keep it first time fresh. First time fresh requires energy. It requires change. It requires an excitement. It requires a passion. You have to love what you do and do what you love, but also feel that you're also providing value to the person you're doing it for. For first and foremost, number one, are you keeping it first time fresh? Two, are you taking breaks? You can't do cold calling all day. You can't do prospecting all day. I mean, are you taking breaks that give you a chance to relax a little bit? It can't be full steam ahead. What's the old expression? Take time and sharpen your axe so you can be sharp when you're out there. I think a third thing, Kyle, would just be, are the goals that you're setting for yourself realistic, or from a sales standpoint and a personal standpoint? Because a lot of times when we have unrealistic goals, it can create undue pressure on us. So 3 things: keep it first time fresh. 2, take breaks. 3, set realistic goals so you're not putting undue pressure on yourself or even the people around you. All right, let's revisit this last series that we've been working on. This is the last day we're going to be talking about selling value, not price. So I thought I'd do a recap before I do the last 2. One, we talked about it starts with your mindset. You want to have a belief that your price is the best as well as you're the best too. 2, you want to surface that potential resistance during the initial assessment. Find out what's important to them. 3, become a solution provider. Let them know that you're here to provide a solution, not just a price. 4, know your value proposition. We talked about it's not what you do, but the value that comes from it. Customize their needs to the value that your company and service and product provides. 5, know how to overcome the price objection. You have to know how, because you know it's coming. And then 6, we're going to talk about here today, which is deliver the investment with confidence. And I love using the word investment, not quote, not price, not proposal. I'm going to deliver this investment with confidence, which means I'm giving eye contact. I'm using words that show confidence. I'm letting them know. And I'm starting off with the good news. I'm saying, hey, I got some great news for you. You're going to love the financial investment that you're going to make. Let me share with you what it's going to look like. Deliver it with confidence. In other words, tell them what they're getting before you let them know what the investment is going to do. So are you delivering that investment with confidence and with eye contact, with a very confident look on your face? And then 7, are you prepared with any kind of options that you can provide in the event they do challenge you on price? Because they may challenge you. I always tell companies that you need to have at least 2, maybe 3 options that you can come up with. And the first option may be just changing the scope of the project, that can maybe bring it down to where they want to be. Or a second might be the sole provider of that product or service for the next 12 months. That could qualify them for an adjustment. So that's a great conversation topic to have at your company maybe this week, where you just talk to, as a group, hey, what could qualify the customer for an adjustment? What options do I have to allow them maybe even to get it at the price that I've already quoted? So be prepared with options, and justifications will help still get commitment for that opportunity. And then last, number 8, you'll probably hear me say this every time we get together on those. The best way to sell value, not price, is be prepared. The 5 Ps: preparation and practice provides peak performance. Are you prepared? Price, we're off of that series now. Next week, will be recorded. You'll get the word of the day. You'll get the question. Make it a great day. And remember, don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you won't get it wrong.